Mr. Banco, while we're waiting, you want to give us some Emerson trivia?
Emerson trivia. What year was Emerson built?
Anybody on the panel? Ms. Prokos?
Oh, as old as my daughter. I missed the first month. 23 full years.
1998.
98, sorry. I go by my daughter's age.
Thank you very much. When did the sixth graders come to Emerson Middle School for the first time?
Year or
Yeah, what year?
I would say year 2000 or 1999.
98?
Also 98.
They came in 98 when we opened up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. Let's see. Where was the old Emerson located?
Right. Can I say it?
Go ahead, Ms. Prokos.
Right next to the existing building on the soccer fields.
That's right on the Park Ridge soccer fields.
Awesome.
Let's see.
Hold
what
on,
else do I
Banka,
have?
for 1 second. For those of you that are just joining us, we are going to get started here in just a few minutes. Thank you so much for joining our virtual incoming sixth grade meet and greet. Until we get started, we were doing a little bit of Emerson trivia. Take it away, Mr. Banka.
Let's see. Who would be an Emerson original other than myself, Mrs. Prokos, and Mrs. Eichinger?
Mrs. Warnicki.
Anyone
Mr.
else?
Nato.
Miss Donato.
Yep.
Aw,
And Miss Kime as a student.
That's right.
there you go.
And Miss Winneck.
And my last question, or my last piece of trivia, is we have someone on this panel who was recognized in high school as a Golden Apple nominee. Who would that be?
Miss Pottinger.
Yes. Very
Oh,
good.
Sorry, I blurted
Good.
out.
And with that, I will stop.
all right. Well, thank you all so much for joining us tonight, and welcome to our virtual meet and greet for our incoming sixth graders. We're going to go ahead and get started here. This is being recorded, so if anyone is unable to join us tonight, you will be able to refer back to this. At the end of our presentation, if there's time, we will hope to have a few opportunities for some question and answers. So we're going to ask that you hold all of your questions until the end. We will give you some contact information if your question was not answered during our presentation. So I am going to go ahead and present my screen and get started with our evening. Hold on 1 second. All right. Are you all able to see that? Perfect.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Nope. Here we go. So our agenda for the evening is to introduce our administration, as well as introduce our sixth grade teachers, a little bit about Emerson. Then again, if we have time, we'll take those questions and answers. So on behalf of the administration here at Emerson, Dr. Alimo, our principal, is currently on maternity leave, but she is so excited to work with all of you. She sent positive vibes today to all of our incoming sixth graders and can't wait to welcome you all in August. Mr. Banka?
Hi, everybody. I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome you to Emerson Middle School. My name is Tim Benka, and I am the assistant principal. I'd like to just let you know that our sixth grade teachers do a very wonderful job of taking your students who, when they enter Emerson, are closer to being fifth graders than they are sixth graders. And they really do a nice job of helping them along that journey of sixth grade to get them ready for seventh grade. They're going to watch out for your kids academically and socially. So again, welcome. And I hope that you enjoy your experience at Emerson as much as I have.
And I'm Tessa Schulman. I'm one of the assistant principals here at Emerson. And we actually have a guest this evening who will be joining us next year as an official Emerson Eagle. Mr. Cotis?
Hi there. I'm Mr. Louis Kotvis. I am the new assistant principal. I'll be filling the shoes of Mr. Banka, who is, of course, retiring. But I am so excited to be joining all the sixth graders. I'll be new just like you. So I'm sure I'll be getting lost, and I'm sure I'll be asking teachers and 7th and 8th graders for questions on where to get places. So I'm so excited to be joining and to meet all of you come August.
Thank you. Ms. Clark?
Hi, I'm Ann Clark. I am the Student Services Coordinator. I am over Emerson and then over Carpenter in the district. And my role is primarily to support our special education students and staff and programming. But I also assist with some of the problem solving process and MTSS process throughout the building and the district.
Awesome.
Hi, everybody. I am Mrs. Prokos. I'm one of the 6th grade core teachers. I'm actually on the Raven team, and I wanted to talk to you about student services. Mrs. Rice will be your social worker, and she actually just returned today from maternity leave as well. And the wonderful thing about Mrs. Rice is that she will be your social worker in 6th grade, but then she loops with you and moves on with you into 7th grade and into 8th grade as well. So you'll really get to know her over the next 3 years. She's wonderful. You'll be thrilled to get to know her and see her that first week of school. So, Ms. Kime?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Miss Kime. I'm the social studies teacher for the Sugar Glider team, and just wanted to give you a little bit of basic information about Emerson. We are proud to be the biggest school in the district with about 881 students, probably counting. Our numbers seem to keep going up. We've had to add some lockers in recent years because we just have more and more students wanting to come to our wonderful school. And those students are supported by over 100 staff who love working at Emerson and consider it as a big Emerson family. Now, Mrs. Warnicki is going to talk a little bit more about our thoughts on the middle school experience.
Hello, I am Mrs. Warnicki, and I'm the math teacher on the Sugar Glider team. Just want all the parents and students to know that we teachers do understand your children. Middle school is a challenging time sometimes. Lots of changes are happening. Students will be having increased responsibilities. This is a very exciting time for the students, but it can also be a scary time. We want to help students understand that mistakes do happen and that we will be the initial support for students as they come into Emerson. And we are very aware of what 6th graders need. We've been doing this for a long time and we understand the challenges that they face. And next up will be Miss Wick.
Hi, I'm Liz Wick. I am the social studies and LA teacher on the Firefly team. And 4 teams, incoming students are placed on a team, and students will receive instruction from these teachers in the 4 subjects: math, science, social studies, and language arts. Teams will consist of 2 to 4 homerooms, and students are equally distributed among the team. We currently have 2 4-person teams and 1 3-person team. And that's about it. Our 6th grade teams consist of 6-1, which is the Ravens, 6-2 is the Sugar Gliders, and 6-3 is the Fireflies. Mrs. Winek.
Hi, I'm Miss Winek. Sorry. I am the science teacher on the Ravens team. Mr. Simmons?
Again, I'm Mrs. Prokos. I'm the social studies teacher on the Ravens team. Miss Nguyen?
Hi, I'm Miss Nguyen. I am the language arts teacher on the Ravens team.
Ms. McCarthy?
Hi, I'm Mrs. McCarthy. I am the special education resource teacher on the Ravens team.
Mr. Simmons? We'll try again.
This is Mr. Simmons. I'm here if you guys can hear me.
There you
My
go.
audio's out.
Perfect.
And now for the Sugar Gliders team. Hi, I'm Miss Gaggiano and I'm the science teacher on the Sugar Gliders.
And hello again, I am Trisha Warnicki, the math teacher on the Sugar Gliders.
Addie Kime, again, the social studies teacher for the Sugar Gliders.
Hello, I'm Rebecca Naves, and I'm the English Language Arts teacher on the Sugar Glider team.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Anderson, Lisa Anderson. I am the special education teacher that works with the Sugar Glider team.
Mrs. Pottinger.
I'm muted. You know, we had to do it at least once.
Your name was first.
Yep, I gotcha. I was on mute. Well, we know how to do this. I'm 6A on Firefly team, math and science.
And hello again, I am Lynn Zwick and I teach social studies and English language arts.
And I apologize, we have one additional teacher, although our Firefly team next year will be a two-person team. Miss Eichinger, do you want to introduce yourself as well?
Hi, I'm Mrs. Eichinger, and I will be retiring at the end of this school year. So welcome, but I have to go.
Hi, this is Mr. Simmons. I'm going to try this again. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but I was having audio issues. I'm on the Raven team. I teach math.
Thank you.
All right, so I am Mrs. Gomez. I am one of the interventionists. And I do math and reading.
Hi, I'm Anna Marie Donato, and I also am an interventionist. I work with students on remediating their reading skills.
I'm Abby Shah, and I'm the math interventionist.
I'm Ann Fuzzikin, and I teach CFC language arts, and I'm really looking forward to working with all of you and your children next year.
And I'm Mrs. Hutchinson. I teach CFC or gifted 6th grade and some 7th grade math as well.
Miss Winnick again. I'm just going to kind of quickly go through what homeroom is or what homeroom will look like next year at Emerson for you. Each core teacher is also a homeroom teacher, and homeroom meets every morning. So from the start of your day, you'll always be going to homeroom. It's where you'll have announcements. You'll get reminders of things throughout the year. If you have paperwork for the office, that's kind of where you'll turn it in. We do also have SOARS lessons, which deals with our socio-emotional learning. And we do those 2 times a month within our homeroom. So we really kind of get that family relationship environment going on every morning for the students. And each homeroom teacher also has a co-homeroom teacher that might teach an Explore or an elective or another staff member at Emerson to kind of go through those lessons with them. Ms. Gaggiano.
So our 6th graders will have 4 different core classes during the day, which will be those teachers from the teams that we just introduced ourselves on. Our core classes are language arts, mathematics, social studies, and last but certainly not least, science. And now Mrs. Naves will talk about our exploratory classes.
In addition to the core classes, our students have enriched experiences in many different areas of study. In 6th grade, they will explore education in the areas of health, technology, foreign language, either French or Spanish, family and consumer science, industrial technology, art, music, and physical education. And now on to Mrs. Hutchinson.
So here is a sample 6th grade schedule, what many of the 6th grade teachers would call the best schedule in the school. You arrive to school a little before, doors open right before 8 o'clock. Homeroom happens from 8:05 to 8:10. Then you go to your first exploratory or PE class. And then you come back for what we call our morning core block, where you have 2 of your core classes from 8:54 to 10:54. Each is about an hour in length. Then you have 2 more of your exploratory or your PE in their classes before you go to lunch. 6th grade does have the latest to lunch at 12:16. And then we have our afternoon core block, where you again will finish up with your 2 core classes you didn't take in the morning, each for an hour again, and you will be dismissed at 3 o'clock. Now on to Mrs. Anderson with some supports that are available.
Yeah, so in addition to all of the teachers that have joined us tonight, Emerson has a wide variety of supports for our students, and we are very proud to have that. So we have social workers and counselors, in addition to Mrs. Rice, that will be working with our 6th grade students this coming year. We have two other social workers, a counselor and another social. The school psychologist, the main office, the school nurse, Soaring Eagles, which is a peer club that is made up of our 7th and 8th graders, social and academic support groups, academic programming, supports and placement, and medical assistance and care plans. So it's a nice wide variety of different kinds of supports that are available to our students. And now on to Miss Nguyen to talk about some extracurricular activities.
Right. So I think this is one of the things that you guys are most interested in and when coming into middle school. So clubs are very popular. So you can either start a new club that you might be interested in or join an existing one. Some popular ones include Anime Club or Roblox Club, but the best club of all is the one that I host, World Headquarters Club. So if you're interested in joining, let me know. Interscholastic sports, which we will talk about in a little bit. Intramurals, which is the more casual recreational sport that you can come and join after school. And we also do have after school supports such as ASSP or Spark that you can kind of come in and get support in any subject area. Mrs. Fuzzigan?
All right, so there are 2 amazing opportunities to get involved in interscholastic sports at Emerson. For 6th grade, there is cross country and wrestling. All right, I believe it is Miss McGussie or Mrs. McCarthy, I'm sorry.
Hi, this is Mrs. McCarthy. I wanted to share with you the academic supports that are available for our 6th grade students and for all grade level students. We offer an after school study program called ASSP, and that is an opportunity for your child to get extra help in their content areas, language arts, science, math, and social studies by a content area teacher within Emerson. We also offer a structured study hall, or it's a study hall called Spark, where students stay after school from about 3 to 4 o'clock. It's small grouping, and a classroom teacher would supervise the students completing homework or in-class work that was not completed. It's just an additional opportunity for students to be provided with a structured environment to complete work. We also offer an academic support class, which is takes a spot in an exploratory class in your son or daughter's schedule. Within that class, they are working with your child's team to make sure that your child is up to date with any missing assignments or any late work, and they are provided with the support to make sure that they continue to progress to make sure that work is completed in a timely fashion. Up next is Mrs. Gomez talking about communication.
All right, I'm back. Communication from the office and the administrators, which would be our principal and assistant principals. We have our district newsletter through the email, principal weekly emails and phone calls from a variety of people who you might need them from. D64 Emerson website, wonderful places to go to find out information. We also have a Facebook page and a Twitter account, and then the parent handbook. Staff, which would be all the other people who are not administrators, but like all of your teachers, we have email and phone calls. We have the Power School Parent Portal, which your parents, so kids listen to this, your parents can check your grades, and so can you. So there's not gonna be any excuses for not knowing your grades. You guys always get your report cards, and we still have parent conferences. And one of the things as 6th graders you will learn to do is to start to email your teachers if you have a question or a concern. And that's one of the skills will help your child build. And then we are on to Ms. Pottinger.
Hi, I'm Miss Pottinger, and I get to talk with about an organization that has just this year especially has been to the world to us as teachers, is our parent teacher organization. Somehow in all the ups and downs of this year, our parents have just done an amazing job of not only supporting their students when if they were in remote and at home, but also some more supporting us and making sure that we can still do so many other things. So here's our shout out. Please, please, please consider joining. I know it might look a little more different than elementary schools. There's not as much time commitment, I think, for meetings and everything, but there are great opportunities to volunteer at things like the 6th grade social, as well as they did an amazing job with teacher appreciation and other things. And so we really have a strong tradition of a strong PTO, and we would encourage you to get involved in that. The website is there. The flyer is is linked as well, and you can basically just go to our website and go to PTO. If you're looking for a promotion graduation gift, I do believe you can already go to the Spiritware store and get some Emerson merch. So that's a great opportunity for your kids to feel like they're part of Emerson just from the very get-go.
Thank you, Ms. Patton.
And I think I'm going to turn it over to the questions that you all have coming in, led by our fabulous admin.
Yep. So just give me 1 second. All right. Mr. Banka, have you had a chance to look at some of the question and answer? If there are any families that have question and answer or questions, please go ahead and put them into the question box. We're happy to go ahead and answer some of those. Is there a list of clubs and activities on the website? Mr. Banka.
There will be for next year, because our hope is things will get a little bit more back to normal. So communication, in-person events, that'll all be on the website. The kids will hear about it in homerooms. The kids will see advertisements on the walls as they pass through the building in all the major stairwells. So there will be plenty of information relayed to the kids and to the parents.
Yeah. This is a great question, and I feel like we're going to have this quite a bit. And I know when Mr. Banka and I went to the 5th grade classrooms, this was definitely talked about. But when will our 6th graders know what team they're on?
For me, I'll take that one. I'll take that one, no problem. You will find out as we delve a little deeper into the summer.
You can expect to get a letter at some point in the summer that will tell you your team. And then as we come closer to the school year, you'll find out your homeroom and your homeroom teacher. Go ahead, Mr.
I see one that says our electives for 7th and 8th, or is it for all grades? In 6th grade, we call the classes exploratory classes. The kids get a smattering, a taste of what it's like to be a 7th and 8th grader. So they'll get to explore a little bit of art, a little bit of technology, a little bit of health, foreign language, and so on. And then in 7th and 8th grade, they'll be able to choose their electives that they want to participate in. The difference between 6th and then 7th and 8th grade is 6th, the exploratories are assigned to the kids. 7th and 8th grade, there's more choice involved, and you and your children will have those discussions at home.
Do 6th graders go on any field trips? I believe the answer is yes in a normal year. So hopefully next year we will be able to bring that back. That's kind of just depending on where we're at, but we would love to bring that back. Mr. Banka, is there a dress code?
Yes, there is a dress code. And it will be, you can get that information. Parents will need to pay attention to the handbook that comes home. Parents can, you have to acknowledge that you've read it, but please take the time to go through not only the dress code, but I'd take a look at behavioral expectations, bus bus conduct, how to get academic support. Basically, everything that we've talked about tonight will be outlined in a little bit more detail in the parent handbook. It's really worth the read rather than just checking the box to say that you read it without really reading it.
This is a great question and one we didn't talk about, but sixth grade teachers, is 3 minutes enough to get to class? Yes, it is. And here's why. So sixth grade, you have a floor. You have the third floor of the building. It is pretty much only sixth grade. There are a few exceptions. PE is one of them. Lunch is one of them. And maybe a few intervention classes. But for the most part, all of your classes are going to be on that floor. So 3 minutes is plenty of time to make it to your next class. So no worries. Mr. Banco, what's an intramural sport?
So the intramural sports will take place after school. Students, you will get that information from the PE department. They will announce which days intramurals will be participating or taking place on. And they will let you know what sports will also happen on those days. I can give a couple examples. Kids play basketball, kids play volleyball. It's all dependent on what the PE staff decides that they want to do.
Okay. The next one, and actually a few questions further down, great question. Will we have an opportunity to come in before school starts? Again, in a normal situation, yes, our goal would be to have some kind of sixth grade orientation where the kids can come into the building. Again, we're kind of looking for some guidance in where we'll be. Last year, we did a virtual orientation, but hopefully this year we will have that opportunity. So that is to be determined, but we're hoping so. Are lockers built in with combination locks, or do we have to bring our own?
So the PE locker rooms have the combination locks that are built into the lockers. The difference between PE and the regular hallway lockers is you will be given a lock by your sixth grade teachers or by the office, depending on where things are at COVID-wise. You'll be given a combination lock to put onto your locker in the hallway. The PE lockers have them built in. I hope that made sense.
Perfect. Do ASSP and Spark meet every day or just several times a week? Sixth grade teachers, anybody want to answer?
I can take that. They meet Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for ASSP. Spark also meets Friday. And in the normal year, Mr. Baker can come in if this is not going to happen or what have you. But in a normal year, the great part about things is we also have a 4 o'clock after school bus. So in a normal year, you don't need transportation from your parents to be able to stay after school, because you get there's special after school buses at not only at your 3 o'clock time, but your 4 o'clock time. So you have lots of opportunities to participate in these different kinds of things. It also has been in years past that you can also come in with a pass at 7:35. So the LRC is open in the morning. So hopefully we'll be able to get back to those kinds of routines so you can start before school and after school. And then I'll just, with some of the questions that are coming about, I just want to reassure kids on the very first day, it's not like you're going to come in and we're going to start classes and expect you to have know how to do everything and be everywhere, especially if that's your first time in Emerson. We know how to do this. We're going to walk you through single thing. We have combination dances. Everything you need to know how to get. We'll time and figure out how to get in passing periods from place to place. So your schedule will go through it. So the only thing that you need to do is remember that you're going to finish this year strong at your elementary school, and keep asking these great questions. And that's what we expect of you.
And to jump onto Ms. Pottinger really quick, all of the other teachers know your sixth graders and know you might need more time. We're all in the hallway. We're all looking for helping people. I grab 7th and 8th graders that I know and ask them to walk sixth graders to class. Everybody helps out. Everyone remembers having been a sixth grader or helps you find where you're going. It's really a lot less scary than you think. So just remember, we're all there to help you.
Perfect. Thank you. So we're getting some questions about finding classes. I think Ms. Gomez and Ms. Pottinger just kind of alluded to that, but not to worry. We will make sure that everybody finds where they're going. Again, we hope to have a in-person orientation of some kind. You can't go wrong if you're on the 3rd floor. It'll be very easy to find your classroom from there. So not to worry. Mr. Banka, typically, how much does lunch cost?
I think if you bring $4 or $5, you're in pretty good shape. You can get a nice variety of food for that price.
Perfect.
The other thing I want to mention real quick is I want to reassure the kids and families that on that very first day of school, there are so many adults waiting for you to come upstairs to the 3rd floor and help you get to your homerooms. All you have to do is look for somebody with a red lanyard. And the other thing you should be able to watch out for is, I think Mrs. Anderson alluded to Soaring Eagles earlier in the presentation. And the Soaring Eagles are a student leadership group. They will also be helping 6th graders get acclimated to the building that very first day. And they'll probably have a special t-shirt on that probably will say Soaring Eagles. So students, I want you to make sure that you're comfortable asking the adults with the lanyards and our kids with the Soaring Eagle shirts for help. I saw one question about how do we know where our CFC classes are. All you have to do is ask. Don't be afraid to ask.
Great. We have time for just a few more questions here. Again, we're getting quite a few about in-person visits. We're hoping that we can make that happen this year. It's just going to kind of depend on where we're at. That's our goal, though. Is there a date for pickup for our lock before school? And I think that's referencing the combination lock. The office is open during the summer. You want to give them a call just to make sure. Mr. Banka, did you have something that you wanted to add into that?
I saw a question, not necessarily about that. I think you hit that right on the head. I saw something that says, does the order of the classes depend on your team? Actually, the order of the classes depends on your schedule, and the 6th grade teachers will have your schedules ready for you when you show up on the first day. They will help you navigate that schedule, and they will help you understand where you need to go. But unlike elementary school, you won't be traveling from place to place altogether. Each one of you has a different schedule. Some of you may be in the same class as some of the kids who are in your homeroom, but for the most part, you'll have your own schedule.
We have somebody asking about medical documents and where those can be turned in. Our medical documents and necessary documents for incoming students can be sent to our school nurse. They can be emailed. You can find all of that information on our website, as well as at the end of our presentation. You can send them to Mr. Banka and I, and we can forward those to the necessary people as well. So that can kind of answer any medical questions that parents might have. Mr. Banka, do you see any other questions that we haven't answered already?
Looks like a student may have a question about PE. I see one. Do you still have to run like the 100 and the mile and that kind of stuff? And my answer is yes. The mile is a very big day at Emerson for all the kids. So yes, you will be participating in running the mile. I don't know that you'll run the 100, but you'll participate in track and field events in May. They'll do some high jump, they'll do some hurdles, some relays. So you'll have an opportunity to get a taste of track and field, and you'll just have PE will offer you a variety of different activities that you'll have a lot of fun in.
How about, can students be in classes with other students that are not in their core class?
That would take place probably in exploratories. Exploratory classes, you have an opportunity to be with students who may not necessarily be on your team. Hopefully next year you'll all be in the cafeteria at the same time as well, but we have to make sure we're following the most recent guidance that will be out at the time. But in normal times, kids who don't necessarily see each other during the day have a great opportunity to sit together at lunch and then to visit at recess as well, and see each other in exploratory classes.
Great. We have a student who's wondering if they will receive a map of Emerson to know where things are when they get to school.
I think the office has maps. I think that's something that we can provide.
Great. We have time for maybe one more question. I'm just looking through to see if there's any that we haven't already answered.
I do see a question about a gym uniform, and I think that's probably important for me to hit for the kids. Again, depending on the guidance, this year we are not using our locker room, so there's no changing in for PE. Next year, if we are back to normal situation, normal time period, you will be changing in the locker room, or I should say you could be changing in the locker room. You could be wearing a uniform. It'll all be dependent upon the current guidance that's out.
Well, we want to thank you so much for your time this evening. Unfortunately, our time has come to an end for tonight. If you do have any questions and we weren't able to answer any of those, please feel free to reach out to any of us, myself and Mr. Banka as well, and ask those questions. We will make sure that we are able to respond to those or point you in the right direction of those who might be able to. Again, thank you so much for your time. We cannot wait to meet all of you in person. And incoming sixth graders, we are so excited to welcome you as Eagles next year. So have a wonderful end to your school year, and we will see you all in August.